think the way people allow themselves to see the world is changing. We have so many alternative ways now to ask questions about who we are and where we're going and where we've been and what life is really all about. Sightings asks those questions, and people turn to themselves for the answers. Crop circles have turned out to be hoaxes. The focus of crop circle research this year is not on the design, but on molecular changes being detected within the formations themselves. And this year, researchers called cereologists are seeing a bumper crop of stunning formations in the United States. On Independence Day, 1996, Don and Sue Arend of Paulding, Ohio, became unlikely stars in the continuing crop circle drama when a strange formation appeared in the family's wheat field.
Got a phone call from a neighboring farmer who happens to fly airplanes. She called me and she said, "You won't believe what I'm going to tell you, but we were flying over your field and we saw one of those circles that you see in the crops." When we first stepped out there and looked at it, I really was shocked. I was amazed. I thought, oh my gosh, it was so huge.
We was laying perfectly flat in a counterclockwise circular pattern. It was a large area. It turned out to be 93 feet in diameter. The wheat was standing perfectly straight up on the edges of the circle.
I was just a little skeptical, plus I just didn't want to alarm the children or anything, but yet in the back of my mind, after seeing how perfect it was, I really knew that something caused it, phenomenon-wise. It was unsettling.
I didn't know if it was a UFO or if it was man-made, but now that I really think about it, it's not man-made.
The mysterious circle of crushed wheat set the Arends on edge. Their farm had suddenly become the focus of worldwide fascination.
It's had quite an impact on our life. It's something that we would have never imagined escalate to this point. There's been over 8,000 people stop in and look at the site.
Among the first to be informed was Dr. William Levengood, a biophysicist who has studied hundreds of enigmatic crop circles. He believes the Paulding circle, like many others, was created by a little-known quirk of nature called plasma.
These crop formations are formed by a natural energy that forms in the ionosphere. It's called a plasma vortex.
Dr. Levengood hypothesizes that superheated ions can form destructive cyclones, electric tornadoes that touch down and create spiral patterns in ice, grass, and crops.
There are very active microwave energies inside these vortices. And this microwave energy becomes very intense. By the time this reaches the Earth's surface, it's a hot item.
The proof for the biophysicist is in the plant. His studies have consistently shown that the joints or nodes of the plants outside the circle remain untouched, while nodes inside the circle are blown apart from the inside out. Dr. Levengood has established research guidelines now being used by field investigators around the world. After a visual evaluation of the Paulding site, a compass is used to identify possible magnetic anomalies both outside and inside the crop formation. Readings are taken 200 feet away from the circle, at chest and ground level. The same readings are then taken within the formation. Next, a microphone and recorder are set up in the center of the crop circle in the hope that electrostatic noise will be picked up on magnetic tape. A magnet is then dragged through the crop, accumulating any magnetic debris within the formation. The crop circle is measured, diagrammed, and partitioned into small sections. A trained field investigator then collects crop samples of 10 to 15 plants from each section of the formation, and these are individually packaged. The same collection method is used to gather samples from outside the circle for purposes of comparison. The data and packaged samples are immediately shipped to Dr. Levengood's laboratory in Grass Lake, Michigan, for a detailed analysis. While some scientists believe these extraterrestrial footprints are caused by forces of nature, Other researchers believe that the circles are created by forces far beyond our own ionosphere. They are interested in what happens before the circles form. They are interested in what happened to Justine Holtzberry before the Paulding Circle.
I smelled this horrible smell. It smelled like 2 or 3 skunks put together, only a little bit worse. It was very, very strong. It's just a little bit weird, a little bit scary. I think it had something to do with the crop circle.
Is there a connection between the unusual smell and the unusual forces that flattened this field? John Timmerman of the J. Allen Hynek Center for UFO Studies believes there is a connection.
It's interesting that we've had in the past reports from other individuals who's had some strange odors coincident with the sighting of a UFO. Well, that's a kind of a link that some people might say was a cause-effect relationship.
What they may be smelling here is the soil that might have been heated to the point where it's literally organic tissue breaking down, in other words, or maybe cooked.
Although crop circle research is entering a new phase of scientific analysis, there are still no definitive answers. But whatever it is, say the Aarons, it's not a hoax, and it's not of this world.
I don't think it was man-made. I think it's too perfect of a circle. We farm, that's what we do for a living, and familiar with how a wheat crop grows.
I really feel it's something that's not an everyday occurrence, something that wasn't man-made, something beyond the realm of what we could call natural.
So far, Dr. Levengood's assertion that many crop circles are caused by so-called plasma vortices is only speculation, although many meteorologists support the theory that balls of supercharged energy could be present in our atmosphere. No one has ever seen one.